Hey guys, welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
Yeah, what's poppin'?
What up, guys?
What are we, episode 80 something? 80 plus?
I think 82.
80 plus?
80
Yeah.
80 Ds.
Yeah.
We
Sounds about right.
got our papers.
Yeah, we got a lot of research papers out. Hope you guys are doing good. This is a episode that's, believe it or not, it's in the top 50, top 30 conspiracy situations.
Which is saying something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jorge has no idea.
No,
We're
yeah.
going in this completely blind.
But-
I am going in blind too.
But I'm intrigued now that you said that.
Yeah.
So
this is-
Let's get into it.
This is the episode on the Voynich Manuscript, and I'm gonna keep trying to say Voynich because for some reason I'm
Voynich.
struggling with Voynich, but it's Voynich.
It's Voynich.
Voynich.
Yeah.
It's Voynich.
The Voynich Manuscript.
I think you called
And-
it Voyage a little bit
The
ago.
voyage.
So
Fantastic voyage.
if you have not heard of the Voynich Manuscript, it is it's elusive. It's a huge mystery that has been around for about 600 or 700 years.
But these are older than
Okay.
that.
No. I mean, we'll go into it, but from carbon
From
dating.
When they were finding, then when they found them, they found them 600 years
So,
ago.
in short, here's what it is right out the gate, right? It's a manuscript that is obviously intellectual, and it's obviously in a language that humanity has not determined.
I mean, it literally, me and Eric were talking about this before the episode. It looks like Elvish.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like this really looks very Lord of the Ringsy.
Yeah. Now, what's important to know is, and we're going to put it on our Patreon, all the images of the actual manuscript. But it's not like gibberish. It's not like scribbles that you put on a cave.
No, this
You
is
got-
like
you
this is
had-
like script.
Yeah, this is not like Sean and I had a bunch of mead and then we scribbled some
Write it
shit on the
down.
walls. Yeah.
No, this is
It's-
very articulate.
Yeah.
And they're like pictures and images, like the people. Like, look at this bathhouse.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of like naked bitches in here. Like, I mean, they're clearly women because
Yeah.
they're like
Titties.
Yeah, the titties, and like she was like touching her ass.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
old ladies. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, this manuscript was found, and nobody to this day has been able to decipher.
Because it's a language that doesn't exist anymore. It's like fucking dead language.
That's right.
What if it's from like
Wow.
space?
Yeah.
I
So
was
the
just asking
Voynich.
ChatGPT.
You did?
It already, like, deciphered it.
Yeah, it cracked the code.
Yeah.
No, actually, surprisingly,
It's
it says
the
no,
recipe for Coke.
Yeah.
Like for Starburst.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it doesn't know. It
Yeah,
just says that it's a text, appears to be in a script that is not immediately recognizable, resembling the undeciphered script of the Voyage. Voynich? What do you say?
Voynich.
Voynich
Voynich.
manuscript.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah,
basically
okay.
everything you just said.
Yeah,
So even
okay.
AI doesn't know this.
Yeah.
This
Well, that
is-
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Voynich
That makes sense.
manuscript,
Makes sense.
the Voynich manuscript remains one of the most mysterious artifacts in human history. Its origins, content, and purpose have puzzled scholars,
Cryptographers.
cryptographers, and historians for centuries. The Voynich manuscript is believed to have originated in the early 15th century,
Oh, so it's not even that old.
based on carbon dating, placing its creation around 1404.
Wow.
Oh, see, that makes it even more sketch.
Yeah.
I was thinking this was like 12,000 years old, like
Yeah.
before like human records.
So based on carbon dating, which, we assume is legit.
I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. Like fucking,
I mean, they figured out T-Rex.
I know. Well, that's even
Ish.
real.
Yeah.
I mean, but these are these like on paper?
Yep.
How's that fucking paper still like
So
going?
radiocarbon dating conducted at the University of Arizona in 2009 determined that the parchment of the Voynich manuscript dates between 1404 and 1438.
No.
Subsequent protein testing in 2014 confirmed that the parchment was made from calf skin.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's like legit.
Okay.
It's not like for like wood.
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
Old school.
I know, like
Calf.
a young calf, like Wagyu, like fucking premium calf skin.
Multispectral analysis indicated that the manuscript was the first and only text written on this parchment, confirming that it is not palimpsest, which is essentially a reusing of paper.
Okay.
So what they would do in olden times, we'll call it, they would take paper on a calfskin and they would reuse it because it's not like they had tons of reams of paper from Amazon.
No, they're like clean the ink off.
Yeah,
And like
yes,
fucking
exactly. So they would
reuse it.
reuse it. So they determined that it was the original.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like,
Yeah.
Kinko's out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So while the parchment quality is average, showing typical imperfections like holes and tears, it was meticulously prepared.
I mean, if you look at it, like, there was a lot of effort that went into this. Like, why do they even draw this? Right? Like, another 4 other bitches. There's no dudes at all. There's all a bunch of chicks and, like, fucking...
So this was drawn by a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hell yeah.
It is estimated.
It's actually deciphered to be early stages of porn.
I know, they're like, ooh, touch each other.
Yeah.
Woo! He was like, oh, and Linda walked over to the bathhouse. Okay. All the boys were like, that's what, like, gotta kill this language out.
Actually, that word right there says MILF. No?
So it was determined that the parchment was made from 14 or 15 entire calfskins.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cats.
Yeah, it was.
Additionally,
Wagyu.
because it's we have it today, so it's not like gone. It's not like lost.
Yeah.
So the binding is made out of goat skin.
That was a lot of skins.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking weird, like,
But the binding
skin
is
book.
but the binding is not original.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. They date back to the time when the manuscript was held by Collegio Romano, and the presence of insect holes in the first and last of the folios and tanning discoloration along the edges suggests that the manuscript originally had a wooden cover,
Oh, so then he was like,
which was later
put some
replaced.
fucking goat skin on this
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Now,
make it
now I
tight.
just wanted to clear up what folio is. So, if you were to do printing or papers in this 1400s, the folio is the full paper, and so it was 2 or 4 pages. So if you have a book that's 100 pages,
It's actually made of like
it's-
50 pages.
it's 200.
Oh, okay. So,
So the folio is 2 front back.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when they say the word folio, yeah.
thank you
Yeah,
for clearing that
okay,
up.
yeah.
So you said it, and I was like,
The manuscript is characterized by unconventional content, which is a series of illustrations depicting unidentified plants.
yeah, like, what is this shit?
So these are
Doesn't even
strange plants that. Now here's the confusing part. If it was, so a lot of people say it's a plant book or a book on botany or a book.
But why are all the naked bitches?
Exactly.
Yes, and when was the last time you saw a plant that looked like
looks
that?
A plant that looked like a bonfire. I know, like, look at the one, like,
Yeah.
it's like a quadruple carrot.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this?
It's
What kind of
fucking
root vegetable
insane.
is that?
This one
That
looks like
a carrot, but like,
Yeah.
a brain over here.
And then what are these, like, wedding cake things?
I know.
Like, what is that?
It doesn't make
shit?
sense at
Like, you
all.
see that shit?
Yeah.
And then, like, why are they, like, in between the words? Like, why do they do that? Like, they're, like, in between all the words. Like, what is that? Jellyfish plant?
So additionally, in some of,
Random ass
Yeah,
shit.
that's
in
random,
some of the
right?
pages, they have astronomical diagrams, intricate human figures. You saw the women that are in the bath. And the problem is that nobody can translate it.
No, and then, like, it's also,
Nobody can.
it's nothing that really makes any sense. It's just a bunch of random shit.
Yeah.
Fucking random as fuck.
Despite its European appearance, the exact origin and authorship of the Voynich manuscript remains intense debate and speculation. Nobody knows. This is basically the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some theories propose it was created in Central Europe, possibly in German-speaking regions, while others suggest an Italian origin due to the stylistic and historical clues within the manuscript itself.
Did they say where they found it?
I'm going to
We'll
get to that. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. I love that. No, that was a great question. And
it's
I
like-
added that.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I wondered. I was like, why isn't like
Yep.
University of Arizona doing the carbon?
So we have a
Sure.
little bit of a timeline, and the timeline is weird because it's passed on from homie to homie.
It's like
Yeah.
Bible.
Yeah, so it would be like kind of like I have it, and then I write Sean a letter. I'm like, dear Sean.
And on some calfskin. I hope my calfskin is
Yeah.
received.
Yes. Of all the squires I know, today you will find this manuscript enclosed. Translate it, you must.
Unfortunately, I was a slave at the time. Sorry, Eric, I will not be able to translate.
Man, the good old days for me, huh?
Eric was at the pinnacle, the zenith,
Top of my
literally.
race.
I know, me and Jorge are in the fucking fields, and Eric's like, and like, got like a white, like fluffy collar. Like, oh, no AC though. Fuck you, you're melting to death. Because of the bathhouses though, with like the nice European ladies.
I mean, I had like 100 wives.
Polygamy was no such.
That's why there's all the white serial killers, because they have all the...
because of that shit.
Since its discovery, the Voynich Manuscript has been subjected to rigorous examination and analysis by scholars from various disciplines, basically linguists, cryptographers, botanists, astronomers.
I know, because you're trying to like
historians.
identify the plants, and like,
yeah.
somebody's got to give it like what the fuck could that be?
They continually tried to solve it or decode it, etc. The Voynich manuscript has attracted attention by both professional and amateur cryptographers, including notable American and British code breakers from World War I and II.
Oh, they were like the guys.
So the dudes,
the guys who broke fucking
yes,
the Enigma.
Yes. So the same guys who broke those codes, they were sent this, and they couldn't figure it out.
Benedict Cumberbatch could not break this.
Yeah, and I wrote down. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to hear about those cryptographers, but it's Prescott, Currier, William Friedman, Elizabeth Friedman, John Tiltman, but all of them failed.
Yeah,
they were all sent this, failed.
I would love to be like a person who gets sent this kind of shit.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
They could. They figured out
cryptographer.
They figured out the Japanese fucking codes or the Nazi codes, but they couldn't figure out this.
Yeah, the Enigma. They had to build a fucking build a goddamn computer to start to solve it.
Yeah. Despite centuries of effort, the Voynich manuscript's text remains undeciphered. The script consists of an estimated 25 to 30 distinct characters, arranged in a consistent yet incomprehensible manner. Efforts to decipher it have included statistical analysis of letter frequency.
Oh, to try to like maybe like decipher like
That's
potential
right.
word. But we're also basing that off the language of the time they're even. So like they could have been like, "Thou art thou, thine, them," like, you know, like so. You're like, what?
Comparisons with other known languages, the application of computational techniques. However, these efforts have yielded no results, leaving the manuscript's language and meaning elusive as ever. The manuscript features 170,000 characters.
Wow.
That's like a long ass book.
Damn.
Divided into about 35,000 groups that one would consider words, because you see there's like a space.
Right.
And then you have like shit like this, like what could this possibly mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that's what they were smoking
like
back
a little
then.
crown.
That's that weed
pretty
right
sure,
there.
Like, yeah, that was the weed right there. And he's like, oh, this plant got me so faded. I started writing.
That's actually
I started
probably what it is.
started drawing shit,
He's fucking like some motherfucker was tripping and like made up his own language.
And then he was foraging. He was like, these look like legit mushrooms.
Yeah.
And then like all of nowhere, he's like, oh,
Manuscript.
a manuscript. Yeah, I'm gonna write it. I need some more of those. Where are they? Would you find those?
The only thing that they did figure out is that it's not gibberish.
No, it's clearly it's clearly.
So like if you and I got fucking smashed out, and we're like, let's make up our own fucking language.
Dude, I can't even type.
And we-
I can't even type in a straight line like this. Like, holy
True,
shit.
true.
It's
Yeah.
like fucking.
I don't
level
know.
on that thing.
It
It's,
looks like
perfectly
gibberish to
straight.
me.
But look how perfectly straight. It's like, it's so coherently written.
No, you're right. You're
Like,
right. Shit.
I couldn't. There's no lines. There's no like paper. It's not gonna fucking
Multiple researchers say that it's written by more than one person.
like the handwriting
Really?
analysis, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was
Oh,
like.
that's even.
But
that's even
no
more
more than
intriguing.
but no more than 3.
Oh, the 3 wise men.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, granted, I only
This one looks
printed
a little
out.
bit
I only
different.
It does look different.
granted, I printed out only like 10 pages.
The chicks
Yeah.
look the same.
You know.
Whoever
Yeah.
was drawing the chicks
Yeah.
is the same motherfucker.
so you think
for
like
sure.
one guy was
One
drawing?
dude was drawing the bitches.
Yeah.
And then one dude was drawing the plants, and then another dude
It's
was
true.
doing the right.
The guy on shrooms was doing the
guy
plants
doing
for
that.
sure.
The god plants. Look at this with the fucking.
So the manuscript is organized into 6 main sections, each characterized by distinct types of illustrations with the drawings and the actual wording.
Okay.
Right. Section 1 is the herbal section.
Oh, with like all like the fucking.
It displays illustrations of plants with accompanying text, typical of European herbal works. Right. The plants are not identifiable, which is the problem.
Yeah, because they all look very. Weird.
Yeah. Some illustrations seem to refine versions of sketches from the pharmaceutical section. So there's a pharmaceutical section. Okay. Yeah. Another section, which are 21 folios, right, is the astronomical section. It includes circular diagrams related to astronomy or astrology, featuring symbols of zodiac, constellations and diagrams with female figures, some nude, holding or connected to the stars.
So it's like a lot of the things are like. It's not like it's like off kilter of like the normal shit that people were doing.
Yeah.
But maybe they were just like from. Maybe these guys like traveled in from like some like far distant land, and they were like 3 homies, and like people were like
distant land or distant planet.
Now we're talking. These are the plants from my homeland, brother. Look at this fucking imperial plant here.
That's right.
Like doesn't even like what the fuck? What is the fuck is that?
It's
Is that a sunflower?
It's unearthly, earthly, or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, like that doesn't look like a plant. Like how can that be a plant? But then like looks like a little thing that's like. Like diagram 6, like
or it could be like a little signature, a little yeah.
So there's
initial here.
Yeah.
This is like a contract.
What if
It's like
what if
an
it's
initial
actually
here and initial here.
actually it's like this?
Oh, it is like that. That looks way
So
more
this is kind of like the
legit.
roots right here.
Okay. Wow. Damn. See, Jorge's already deciphering this shit. 'Cause I'm like looking at it. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense at all. This looks ridiculous. That
Okay.
looks way more legit.
Yeah.
And now the writing makes sense too.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, I suck at this. I'm not a cryptographer.
So there's another one. There's another part, another section, which is 20 folios, so 40 pages.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
You like that word folio, don't you?
I know.
This is my
Yeah.
his next son, folio. Folio.
and it's called the balneological section. And balneological
Like
is
botany,
the study
like-
or relation to springs, water, hot springs,
okay.
etc. And as you can see in the women
Oh,
that are
yeah.
they're in this, some sort of water
Some sort of
Yeah,
spring.
sort of,
Like look at this
bathhouse.
one. Yeah.
bathhouse.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And there's like words in between the thing. Like,
And those are connected by a network of pipes, suggesting a theme of water or bathing,
maybe this
or
is,
I don't know what they're doing. Yeah,
I mean, it's weird. Like it looks like they're bathing, but then they're all like
Yeah,
touching each
Yeah.
other. Like, I don't know why they're all
Yeah.
have to be like why they all touching.
yeah.
Like every
Also,
single one
none
is
of them look
touching
like
That's
Kim K. So
No,
that's
What'd
you say?
a natural.
No, this is definitely
This
like
is a
14th century
yeah.
European woman, like, for sure. 100%.
So another section is the cosmological section, and it features more like circular diagrams, including a fold-out showing maps of islands, causeways connecting to castles.
I wonder if they were able to identify those actual like lands that they were depicting in them,
Yeah.
and they were like, okay, well,
That's a good
this
question.
is like Ireland or this is blah, and like
Yeah, yeah. The other section is a pharmaceutical section. It shows detailed drawings of isolated plant parts and then how to use them for medicinal purposes.
But how do they know they
Yeah,
use it for medicinal purposes?
that's what I was just gonna say.
They can't even discern what it's saying. This is medicinal. Trust me.
But it's more like apothecary jars.
Oh,
The
yeah.
what?
Does that make sense?
What
An
is that?
apothecary?
What the hell is that?
An
Like-
apothecary was like an ancient pharmacist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Literally, they would go and you go and like they have all little drawers. And
Yeah.
like, oh, we need like some of this little fucking peppermint and
Yeah, yeah. They're like you go like I'm constipated, and you go and they go. This is a plant of the herb of the 17th century, and I found it.
I know,
and you
like-
take it and you rub it on your.
He's like, this is
rub it on your chest.
He's like, this is
Oh,
magnesium.
you mean
Fine.
Vicks?
Yeah, Vicks vapor rub.
This is magnesium.
Yeah.
You're shitting fucking bricks on me. Like, trust me.
And then the last main section was a recipe section, and it consists of full pages of text divided into short paragraphs, each marked with a star, kind of almost alluding to it. It's like a recipe.
I love how they
But this is all guessing.
They broke it up
Yes.
into
Yeah.
sections based
Yes.
off what they potentially maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, this does look like if you look at this shit, like
Uh-huh.
it looks like it's going into. Are those jars? And then somehow, and then it's eventually pouring into the.
You guys
tub.
have to look at these
I know,
photos.
these photos are wild.
Yeah.
And literally, and then it's somehow like then they're bathing in it.
Yeah,
What if it's like blood?
I know.
Like some
Well,
weird-
no, in the photo it's actually green.
Oh. They had colors.
So I don't
back
know.
then.
I don't know what it.
The water is
The
green?
water is green that they're bathing in.
It was like
Yeah.
algae bloom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We got to make sure to edit that into like the videos, like some of these pictures while we're talking about it.
if we can get some Filipinos on this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'll have all of it. Dude, I had like this much. I'm parched.
I'm super dehydrated.
I know, I'm sweating. Like, and I'm literally wearing a fucking G-string.
So the manuscript has a complex history and is rooted in European materials and practices of the time. Its journey throughout ownership began with George, and without an E, George.
Gorg.
Jorge?
Jorge. Jorge. Yeah, it's Jorge.
The
Well,
horse.
there's no E.
The horse.
I know.
It's Hor.
Baresh, and he's a 17th century alchemist from Prague
Of course, he was an alchemist too. Like,
who found
Yeah,
himself
fucking
puzzled by a manuscript, and he called it the Sphinx, which was taking up space uselessly in his library.
the Sphinx.
Yeah.
In it all.
Funny, funny.
Now, I don't know if you've researched yet on your pyramid episode, but the Sphinx
Yeah.
was buried head deep
Yeah.
for a long period of time, and it was almost like a red herring of the pyramids, because you think it's part of the pyramids, but it was completely dated in a different time period.
It was.
Yeah. So it's almost, so what he's saying is it's like almost like a trick in, like we think it's part of this time period, but it's not.
But it's also well, I won't get into it.
Yeah.
I was going to get into the Sphinx anyways. We'll talk about it later.
So he had it in his library, and now here's part of the problem with this guy. This is the first known person who owned this.
First known alchemist.
Yeah. No, he's the first person who we have a record showing that owned this, but we don't know where he got it.
It was just in his library.
Exactly.
I mean, he's like running in some sketch circles in the alchemy.
So
alchemy
now,
gang. He's like
now
the drug
he was
dealer.
aware of it.
He's fucking alchemist.
He was aware of a famous Jesuit scholar named Athanasius Kircher, and his work was deciphering Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Okay.
So he was very
That
famous
was
for
legit, yeah.
accomplishing that. So he sent him a copy of the script seeking insight, though there's no record of the response. So there's a record of him
Stolen.
sending it to him, but no response from the guy.
He was
That
like
makes
he
sense?
had like a Boeing
Yeah.
flight the next day and like fucking
Yeah.
done. Got him out.
So the exact details of how George Barish acquired the manuscript are not clearly documented, as I said earlier. As an alchemist in the 17th century in Prague, it was a hub for scholarly and esoteric studies. George likely obtained the manuscript through the intellectual circles of the time, and you kind of like buy it on the black market.
Oh, yeah.
You buy
okay.
shit.
You're at like a
and-
party,
yeah.
and he's like, "Dog, if I got some fucking
Yeah.
manuscript, you're gonna get real down on." And he's like, "Okay," and then like bring him more wine and like, "Fuck off, servant." Come over, like,
Peasant.
yeah, why don't you come into my library?
Unfortunately, historical records do not specify how he got it. So we still don't know. So upon his death, the manuscript was passed to John Maruk Masi. He was a rector. Do you remember rector? Rector, we did in the last episode.
Oh, there's like a
Yes.
No.
teacher.
It's like a teacher
Yeah.
or somebody who's like a high ranking in a school or
yeah,
a
yeah,
religious
yeah.
school
We did
or
it
that
with
sort of
Mark-
thing.
with,
Yeah.
With what's her name? I almost said Anne Frank.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
The blind girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blind and deaf.
Hellen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Yeah. There
you go.
Degree and
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
And there's
remember
so
now.
much. There's so much data.
Astrophysicist.
There's so much data rolling around in our heads. You know, sometimes it's hard to. Yeah. But so he then received it upon the death of George or
Why he
Jorge,
got it? It's like rarity shit.
and he was a rector at Charles University in Prague.
Oh, they're both in Prague.
Yeah. So he eventually sent it to Kirchner, which is the guy who was the Egyptian
Hieroglyph guy.
hieroglyph guy, right? And
Jesuit.
and we have the letter of him sending it to him.
Okay.
Okay.
Would love this.
And this was in August of 1665. The letter expressed Marcy's deep respect for his intellect, suggesting that the manuscript could be read by nobody other than Kirchner.
You are the only one.
You're
Can
the,
only be
the
one.
chosen
The
one.
chosen one.
And here's just some of the letter. It says, Reverend and distinguished Father in Christ,
No,
This-
it actually says Reverend and Distinguished Sir.
Sir, Father in Christ.
Like, damn, like multiple platitudes on that.
Damn.
This book bequeathed to me by an intimate friend I destined for you, my very dear Athanasius, as soon as it came into my possession, for I was convinced that it could be read by no one except yourself.
Damn. Fucking. I wish anyone
Why didn't you
would
send
write
me a letter like
anything.
that?
I wish.
Why didn't you send me a letter like that?
Send me a text like that or something.
My dearest Lord, Sir, fucking Lord Baron, you were.
Your
doing-
presence is required in the podcast studio.
It could be said by none other than your grace himself.
The
Your
former
audience is waiting for you.
You distinguished listeners
Yeah.
have bequeathed unto thee.
The former owner of this book asked your opinion by letter, copying and sending you a portion of the book from which he believed you would be able to read the remainder. But he at that time refused to send the book itself. To its deciphering he devoted unflagging toil, as is apparent from attempts of his, which I send you herewith. And he relinquished hope only with his life. But his toil was in vain, for such sphinxes as these obey no one but their master, Kircher. Accept now this token,
Damn,
such as it is, and long overdue though it be, of my affection for you,
Oh,
and
these guys are
burst
like
through its
lovers.
bars, if there are any, with your wonted success.
damn, I mean, I would read this book. Like, straight up,
Yeah.
I would read it.
Yeah, and then he goes on to a couple things.
Ooh,
He
oh
talks
my
about
God, I
he
got
talks
thought of a
about how
great
much.
Idea. What if they had fucking, they bring Nick Cage back?
This is a great episode.
Like,
That
seriously,
would be
the
a great
episode.
one.
movie number 3. Like
This is
he
the
comes,
episode.
deciphers the fucking
Yeah.
thing.
What was it? National
So-
Treasure?
National treasure,
Yeah.
international treasure.
So he does mention that the book was purchased for 600 ducats, which is at that time it was like a gold coin.
Damn,
Okay.
that's a
Yeah.
hell of gold.
In-
It
coin.
was like a European gold coin back
That
in
sounds like
back
it's
in the
like-
1600s.
it's like billions
ducat.
right there.
Yeah. He believed the author was Roger Bacon, the Englishman. He says, on this point, I suspend judgment. It is your place to define for us what we view we should take thereon. To whose favor and kindness I unreservedly commit myself and remain at the command of your reverence.
Jesus, this guy was like.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy wanted a little bit more than decipher. He wanted
Yeah.
him to decipher his sexuality. Like, he was like, man,
And this
at
is
the command of your reverence?
this is
Wow.
this is
It's
Prague.
called sucking up back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Brown nosing.
Oh, that was like deep brown.
Damn.
So the manuscript continued to intrigue and confound through the centuries. Eventually, through a series of people, it made its way to the hands of Wilfried Voynich in 1912.
Oh, so then he named that for himself.
Okay.
It's his manuscript. The fucking conceited piece of shit. The Voynich manuscript.
So that's why it's called the Voynich Manuscript,
Why don't they
because
call-
he was a like a antiquities dealer or like a rare book dealer.
I mean, isn't that the
And he
number one
purchased
cover
it.
for like
Yeah.
Drug Lord? I sell antiquities. It's like, oh, because
I swear, Ossifa.
I know, also, it's like literally, it's like $18 million for a piece of paper.
It's really rare.
It's really rare.
Trust me.
Why does it weigh 800 kilos? It's
It's a folio.
So
a
it,
folio. It's a folio. It's the pages.
so in 1969, it found its final, I guess, place, and it's located at Yale University.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. Don't say Harvard.
And it's part of the Beneke Rare Book and Manuscript Library.
I wonder if you go to school there, if you can like look at it.
That'd be cool.
Like, touch it.
I wonder if you can. I don't know the
It's probably
answer to
it's
that.
in the restricted section.
I do
yeah.
know.
For
I
sure.
do know that you can see online. You can see every page.
Oh.
Okay.
So somebody
Well,
HD'd.
that's how you got these, or what?
Yeah, I mean, disregard the printer ink.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like
This is in
120
full
No, but it
color.
also you said it was in color, right? So like
Yeah, it's
some
in
of these
color.
plants are also like
Yeah.
all full
Yeah.
color or
I
whatever.
think it's amazing that the fact
Yeah.
that
Cool.
the color preserved over that long is amazing.
True.
Yeah.
Calfskin is the win.
It,
Yeah.
that's- I'm telling
I'm
you,
gonna start writing letters.
that
on calfskin.
soft calf skin,
Yeah, that fucking the calfskin shoes.
that wagyu.
that wagyu. That fucking A5 fucking Kobe.
So I mean, to this day, there's never-ending people
this day.
trying to To this day.
It's like the thing.
It's like that meme. Yeah.
She.
No, I mean, so many people
love
have
that
tried.
So good.
So many people have tried to decode this, and nobody has. And
I mean,
the
it's-
first and foremost theory is that it was a hoax.
That's that's the most time-consuming hoax
yeah,
of all time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know how long it must have taken to fucking do this hoax?
I
So
don't
let
buy
me
that
just tell
one.
you. Let me just tell you. All right. So one prominent theory suggests that the manuscript is an elaborate hoax designed to deceive readers into believing it contains valuable knowledge, but it doesn't. Alternatively, it may be an encrypted document intended to protect sensitive information using a sophisticated cipher that we have yet to decipher.
My
Whoa,
thing is,
so
who would
complicated.
spend this much time
Yeah.
to do a hoax? Like some ultra rich assholes like these fuckers are never gonna get I'm gonna spend literally thousands of man hours writing, and it looks like
Legit.
like look, these letters are
It
all
does.
the same. Those are all like
It looks
those
better
three-
than J.R. Tolkien's.
Oh dude, it does. I mean, it's really beautifully done.
Yeah.
So there's no way that's a hoax.
No way.
No one would.
I don't buy
ever-
that one.
No one would. It
Okay.
would be one. It would be one folio if it
Okay.
was a hoax. Not fucking 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, other theory, lost language.
Totally.
Another hypothesis
Could be.
proposes that the manuscript is written in a lost language or a constructed language, possibly invented by its author for secrecy, or by a civilization that just disappeared.
Maybe they. Maybe this is tied into the Hollow Earth. These are the underground.
Yeah.
people. Like that's why they're all the weird plants and shit. Like all this weird shit.
That's true.
This is the kind of plants we grow in the North Pole.
The thing is that whoever the author was, and if he wanted to keep it a secret, then why did he go through all this trouble to encrypt it and put it into precious calfskin?
I
and
know, precious.
Let me make sure this lasts forever.
I know, right? Legit in color and shit.
Yeah.
Like if you were hoaxing it, why would you make it in color?
Yeah.
You know, fucking difficult. Jesus.
Next-
All the elaborate naked women drawings. Like, come on.
Next theory is an herbal or pharmaceutical guide. Some researchers speculate that the Voynich manuscript is a medieval herbal or pharmaceutical guide akin to contemporary herbals that catalog plants and their medicinal uses.
I like
the
that one.
detailed illustrations of plants and herbal baths depicted in the manuscript support the interpretation.
Oh, you said it was green, the green bath. Like,
Yeah.
like herbal tea, like a green tea bath.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
But why was it written in a language that nobody understands?
But maybe it was like a dude, or maybe it was,
This fucking wild dude up in the country.
Little Anunnaki come down. They're like, hey, we'll teach you how to. This is herbal science, my dog.
Oh, we're coming. We're
Well,
coming
and-
to that.
Oh,
Hold on,
yeah.
But if I
Oh,
was
yeah, I know, that's part of it, yeah.
Anunnaki, I would definitely want to be surrounded by only bitches. Like
That's what I'm saying.
They ain't no dudes at all on any of these things. I can only heal women
Another theory.
while they're naked. That's the only way I can heal you.
Another theory is astrological or alchemy related. Due to the presence of intricate astronomical diagrams and celestial charts, another theory suggests that the manuscript is an astrological or alchemical treatise, possibly containing hidden knowledge related to celestial events or mystical practices.
I mean,
I like that.
I'm
I like that
I'm definitely
one.
in the vibe of the mystical practices.
Yeah.
Okay?
This is definitely got
This is
the
like
vibe.
wild shit.
This has got the vibe of mystical practices because like in the occult, everyone's always naked.
Yeah.
And like they always gotta be
Yeah.
doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
You gotta have like the weird fucking it's all
The weird things.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, we got a special plan.
Titties everywhere.
Yeah.
Make sure there's
Yeah,
titties.
there's literally the occult guys like they're all pervs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the devil's not gonna come unless you're naked. Whoa. They're like, now you have to blow me. It's a spell. Do you want him to come or not?
It's not me. It's
not-
it's just the way it is.
Look at the manuscript. It's not me. I'm not saying it. The manuscript's
Evidence.
it's just telling me to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. Like old pervy guys are like, hell yeah.
Next up is extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Next up is extraterrestrial or supernatural origin. Among
that's
more
my go-to.
speculative theories, some believe that the Voynich manuscript contains messages from extraterrestrial beings, advanced civilizations, or supernatural entities. This theory attributes the manuscript's cryptic nature to its otherworldly origins and purposes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, while I do think that's cool, I love it.
This one's not the one?
I don't think this is the one. I don't
Okay.
think this is the one.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay.
I could have said that. I could have told you that before the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, and then last one on it is historical figures and secret societies.
Now
if you think about it,
now we're
Ooh, okay,
talking.
okay.
So if you think about it, if we were in the secret club,
Yeah.
This is what I would be wanting.
The skulls and bones,
Yeah,
or what?
skull and bone.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this is all like fucking ED medicine, and then they're like, check it out, bros. Like, shoot on this like jojoba root.
This is called orgy right here, okay?
I know, it's like, look, that could be you in the middle of that pool.
And this is how you execute an orgy.
Yeah, for a small fee, I will give you what you need to stay erect for 4 hours or longer.
it's crazy how much we need a female on this show.
I know, right?
Literally, that's what we're gonna. I can already feel the negative comments coming in, like you fucking idiots.
So
You're not funny.
certain
losers.
hypotheses connect the manuscript to historical figures such as Da Vinci or Roger Bacon, both known for their interest in cryptography and esoteric knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
According to these theories, the manuscript may have been created by a secret society or individuals seeking to preserve or transmit this hidden knowledge or hidden technology of medicinal help,
Well, I totally believe that, especially especially with all the plants too. And one thing throughout history, super rich and powerful people have always been obsessed with like eternal life.
True.
So you can see like this is like some sort of like fountain of youth type shit, or like definitely some like created some language so that they wouldn't get like intercepted, and like, oh boys, we're gonna fucking live forever. Like, trust me, you get this like weird fucking plant.
The Holy Grail. It's back to the Holy Grail, which we need to do an episode on.
Dude, they've been trying to.
Because the Holy Grail seems to be like an interweaving.
They've been trying to do it
of
forever.
eternal life.
It's the main thing. Like even you get to like the Fountain of Youth or the Spanish, and they were like fucking shitting all this money and
everybody wants to live forever.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ugh. Like, especially like, what if you like live forever, but you're like working at Denny's for like forever, like, just like shit. Like, just end
it depends.
Like, I'm fucking done with this shit. That's why it's only the rich people.
I know.
It's always when you're a billionaire, you're like, what the fuck, I want to like make this go.
True.
So in conclusion, the Voynich Manuscript continues to defy understanding. As technology and scholarships continue to advance, new techniques and code breaking and perspectives may unlock this, but up to this day, it remains a mystery and nobody knows why it was created, in what language it was created, and why it was hidden.
I mean,
yeah.
I really want to know what it says. It's super bad. I just want to know what these plants
And there you
are.
go. That's the Voynich
I want to know what's
manuscripts.
going on with these girls over here.
I know, like I'm trying to see what that means. Another dab of the I mean, yeah, they're all touching.
So the question then becomes,
This is super secret society.
Yeah, that definitely.
This is
It
like
smells
reeking
of-
of fucking
yeah,
secret society.
yeah.
it really messes it up when we know it's from the 1400s, right?
Yeah.
Like we know
I mean,
that.
if this
Like,
would have
if
been
it's-
like from like
science tells
if
us
this would have
that.
been like pre like 2000 BC, I'd have been like,
Yeah.
aliens. 100%. 100%.
It was found in the pyramids.
I know, like the fact that it was literally from like the 1500s, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a little secret society to me.
Yeah.
They would go through the time and effort to create
Yeah.
a language to like pass on shit secretly, and maybe they just all died off. Maybe like, whatever the fuck happened, and that society didn't make it. But this is definitely, this has got secret society vibes.
Yeah.
Fucking all over.
Okay.
In my perspective.
Yeah.
I mean,
this-
leaning more towards like
this is not a-
like
this is not-
pharmaceutical
But here's what's crazy. This is not a.
what do you call it? Botanical? No.
Yeah,
What the fuck am I trying to say?
Botanical.
Botanical.
So
There
my
you go.
first inkling is that it's a barbaric civilization that was lost. But how is that barbaric?
That shit is not barbaric. Have you seen my handwriting?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
barbarian
Do you know what I mean?
compared to these guys.
That makes
That's
sense, like-
sophisticated.
Yeah.
That's literally the opposite.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah. Do you know how much ink
Yeah.
it took to fucking with a quill to
Yeah.
fucking write this shit?
I mean, these are not attractive people.
No, not at all.
But
back in the
that's just-
day,
But the artistry.
That's just a bad drawer.
Yeah, it's a bad draw.
back in the day, these were like fine. This is like ideal still. Damn. Look at the curves.
That was a
on the
dime.
neck.
That was a dime back in the day.
Look at her little belly flap. She's fucking, woo!
Woo! Hey, Frederick, turn up the green water. It's a little cold.
I know that back in the day too. They're like, God, she's so skinny. Barf. Like, give me a woman.
Give me a healthy, plump.
She's clearly not have a lot. She doesn't deserve the calf skin.
Okay, so let's break it down. So they're 1400s.
Yeah.
It's a massive book.
Yeah, it's huge. That's what I'm saying. It can't
This
be a
is
fake.
not-
No one fakes that shit.
No.
Yeah,
With
I agree with that.
That many folios.
But
I think we're all on board with that.
So if it was a civilization that spoke this language and that had that writing, then that means that civilization's gone.
But see, the thing is, this is
And we never translated it.
this
Yeah.
looks and feels
Right?
European. It was passed out to Europe. So I don't think
It looks
there's some,
Italian, doesn't it?
Like, no,
No.
No.
0%.
Hmm.
I've just seen Italian writing. It doesn't look Italian. I mean, in essence,
Biblical.
this writing itself looks like it's fucking from like I would say like Middle Eastern, like ancient Middle Eastern
Yes,
writing.
that's the first thing I thought when I was
That's
looking
what
at
I
that.
thought too. I was thinking Sanskrit. Looks
Okay.
very Sanskrit-y. And that and Elvish. I mean, it looks like fucking. It literally looks like Elvish. Like I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like some. It's clearly not an ancient. This doesn't.
It's not like hieroglyphic type shit that you see in the
But
pyramids.
why
Like,
can we
it
not translate it?
It literally looks like little regular words with regular letters, but it's just like I don't know.
It's
I mean,
it's like just too scripty.
yes.
But why can't we translate it?
Yeah.
I can't get
I know. I can't.
I'm gonna text you like 4 a.m.
But
the
why
thing
can't we
is,
translate it?
Either one of two things. Okay, so it was some civilization, some society that just died off, and then we never knew the language.
Oh my God.
Or did they do this on purpose to kind of like
Yeah.
encrypt it?
Those are the two. That's the 2
Right.
points. Or is it extraterrestrial?
The
Wait,
thing
what?
is, if you wanted to encrypt
Those are the
it though,
3 things.
When did
well, I like
did Pompeii
extraterrestrial. I like
A
extraterrestrial.
long time ago, way earlier.
Damn
than
it!
this.
I was
Yeah.
like, maybe there's like wiped out by.
I think it was
volcano.
like 400 BC.
Okay, well, the
Yeah.
Pompeii theory is
I
out.
think I'm guessing.
Wiping that one out.
Yeah.
You never know.
I
Calf
like that,
skin
though.
these
The
days.
calf
like,
skin.
No, I like you going.
these folios are not made.
They don't make these folios like they used to. These folios.
I'm telling you.
I like where you're going with that though, because that's a community or
That was completely wiped out.
wiped out.
Yeah, fully wiped out. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's like some cataclysm, like that.
But
whole-
even then,
even, like,
we can translate Pompeian writing.
But even like nowadays, I mean, I'm sure we can translate it too. But like, you got some Amazonian civilizations that you don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck kind of language
And
they
who
have,
knows
right?
how it made it to the guide's library?
yeah, we don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
these could all be like black women, but it's like we don't know.
Yeah.
Some racist
Well-
painted in white.
No, it's like they didn't like they don't want to make them like fully black with the ink. Like you couldn't like do.
True.
Yeah, they were like, "Who- what are these shadows here? Like, what the fuck is this?
True.
Yeah, so maybe it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But wait, does that say 84?
It does say
Okay.
84.
78?
But these are later edits
Oh,
and
yeah.
later
okay. I was
later
like, I just deciphered that shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, am I reading?
No,
Like-
some of these, some of them have writing on the spine or the side. What do you call them? The side margins, and they have
Like Cliff
people.
Notes?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So where are you at?
I mean,
what do
I
you
think
think?
it's-
Because
it's-
there's so many plants.
I think it definitely seems very like apothecary-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
But
What is that?
That's like the medicinal,
Yeah.
like, pharmaceutical.
Like, hey, what does this plant do to help you? With gonorrhea?
Yeah, that's
And then-
interesting. That's kind of what I was leaning to.
But then, like, it makes me think secret society. I'm like, why is
Why?
there only naked women?
Yeah, why?
They're everywhere. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. That's why it makes me
True.
think like, and they're
And
all
the-
in pools.
Yeah.
Why are they all in pools? In a pool. In a
And
pool.
and just so you know, in the colorized photos of these are all green pools. It's green.
So it makes me think that there's some like,
Yeah. And these plants
mean-
look like they're in the center of the earth, like the hollow earth theory. They're
Right,
like
yeah,
wild,
they're definitely wild, like-
Yeah,
wild
like-
plant.
so maybe we're onto something. Maybe it's like it is.
Maybe it's from the center of the earth.
It is a hidden civilization.
yes,
It's like from
I
what are
love
like
it.
the Atlanteans.
Yes, maybe.
These are the Atlanteans, and like
Yeah.
maybe the water down there is all green.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know,
I don't really
man.
have a good one for this.
I like
have a
I
good
like
one
the whole
for this
idea of
either.
the medicinal, like maybe it was like somebody's diary, right? And they're like or somebody's like logging,
and they
like
made their own language yet?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe.
How did we not translate it? Doesn't make sense.
That's why I'm saying like it has to
Yeah.
be like
I think maybe we have to come to terms with there were civilizations that we lost everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's totally possible.
yeah.
You know what I
It is
mean?
totally
There
possible.
definitely
Over the last
is.
800 years.
I mean, that's
700 years?
really the only explanation that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So-
is that there's
A little society that maybe was an offshoot of, like you said, the Middle East.
oh, maybe they were like some
And-
little village.
Yeah.
they're like a little village, and they were like, "Damn, we got
Yeah.
some cool plants up here."
And this is the medicine man.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
his book.
He's a little
Yeah.
witch doctor.
That's what I'm
This is
saying.
He's
Yeah.
up there like,
Yeah, it's his book. All right, solved.
yeah. Stamp of approval. Done.
This and Tupac.
like done.
Solved.
Add it to the list.
Yeah.
And he was
All
like
right.
in a village of women. And he was just like
All
balling.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think we just might need some help. So
Please,
if you guys have,
I'm like at a loss here.
if you guys have ideas,
That's true.
theories,
If you have any idea what any of these fucking plants are,
honestly, this is one of the ones that I feel like kind of stumped us a bit.
I'm super baffled.
Yeah, no idea why.
And I don't know why. There's got to
This
be
is
some reason why all the women are touching. They're kind of like why?
They are
Like,
touching.
they're literally.
They're like butt to butt to butt.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
like they're all touching. I don't
Yeah.
understand. So, anyways,
And what are these pipes?
dude, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's clearly a flow, but
You
it's
know,
flowing from an acorn.
You know, there's
there's a fucking pine cone.
there's
I don't
one
get it.
theory. There's one theory that somebody started to get into biology and science, and these are zoomed in cells. And it was the first time.
no, there's no way.
I know it's
There's
a
no way,
bit,
like, what the
it's
fuck?
a
They
bit of
didn't have
a
any
far-fetched idea. but
Microscope.
so it was the
and-
first time microscopic.
Like, oh yeah, they can
things
make
that-
microscopes, but they're drawing fucking like
Yeah.
this. Okay, sure, advanced. Fuck out of here. Like, literally, like,
I don't know. Obviously, we're grasping for straws.
Yeah.
Grasping for straws.
this is how you build a time machine with these plants.
Dude, yes.
Like, this
Here
is
we
actually
go.
what it is. And this is the time continuum right
And
here.
you got to
this
go
line,
80
like-
miles an hour with a few naked bitches in the back.
Gigawatts. Like,
88.
Gizawatts in
Yeah.
the back. Like, anyways,
All right.
please help
right.
us. We don't know.
Well, that's what we got. That's the Voynich manuscript, guys.
Yeah, definitely look at the pictures, and you'll
Yeah.
understand because we do a lot of talking about the pictures.
Yeah.
It'll really make sense when you see them, and you're gonna be like, oh, like what? Like this is literally like this looks like a wedding cake. They
Yeah.
look like wedding cakes.
Yeah.
And then they're next to like all these weird like
Or it's
tentacle.
like grandma's recipe book.
Yeah.
She like drew something. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, you gotta throw 2 punches of salt and
Yeah.
with a plant.
If grandma was like a schizo.
Yeah,
Like, then,
exactly.
like,
With a bunch of nudists. in
I
it.
know, literally. It was like, oh, those are good old days. All right.
All right.
All right, there you guys.
That's what we
There you go. Yeah. All right. All right.
Catch
Don't
you
forget
next
that-
time.
Yeah. Share. You know.
Share. Join Patreon.
There you
do
go.
it. Do
Yeah.
it for us.
Yeah.
If not for you, do it for us.
So we'll catch you. Hope you guys have a good week, and
Yeah,
we'll
seriously.
catch you later.
I know, and we'll eventually be. The goal is to be releasing 2 episodes, or at least a news episode every week. But
There you go.
we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Nighty night.